It's a feeling familiar to millions, the brief relief of payday followed by the sinking realization that after the bills are paid, there's little, if anything, left. This cycle, where a paycheck seems to vanish almost as soon as it arrives, is a source of constant, low-grade stress. It fosters a sense of running in place, working hard but never getting ahead. This experience is not a personal failure, it is a shared national reality. This feeling is validated by extensive data. A significant majority of Americans, with figures ranging from 62% to 67%, report living paycheck to paycheck. This financial precarity is not confined to lower-income households. The data reveals a surprising trend, even among those earning $100,000 or more per year. A substantial portion, between 42% and 50%, find themselves with little to no money left after covering monthly expenses. This situation indicates that the problem extends beyond the size of one's income. It points to a broader economic environment and common behavioral patterns where expenses tend to expand as income rises, a phenomenon often called lifestyle creep. The primary driver of this widespread financial pressure is the rising cost of living. Inflation stands out as the single greatest financial stressor for nearly every generation, from baby boomers to Gen Z, and across all income levels and racial groups. The persistent increase in the price of essentials like food, housing, gas, and utilities has eroded the purchasing power of wages, making it harder for households to make ends meet, let alone save. This external pressure is the root cause of the anxiety many feel, shifting the focus from self-blame to a search for practical, controllable solutions in a challenging economic landscape. The deeper fear, the unexpected expense. Beyond the chronic stress of managing daily costs lies a more acute fear, the sudden, unexpected expense. A car repair, a medical bill, or a broken appliance can instantly transform a tight budget into a full-blown crisis. This anxiety is rooted in the widespread lack of a financial safety net. A majority of Americans, 59% in a 2025 survey, do not have enough savings to cover an unexpected $1,000 emergency expense. Many households would struggle to handle even a smaller $400 shock without resorting to borrowing money or selling personal belongings. This lack of liquid savings forces a dangerous reliance on high-interest debt to navigate life's inevitable curveballs. When faced with an emergency, about 25% of Americans report they would use a credit card to cover a $1,000 bill, adding to the nation's record-high credit card debt, which has surpassed $1.1 trillion. This creates a vicious cycle. An unexpected expense leads to credit card debt, and the subsequent high-interest payments consume a larger portion of the next paycheck, making it even harder to build savings for the next emergency. Some analyses suggest most households can weather a small financial shock, but this often includes their access to credit as a resource. Relying on credit as an emergency fund is an illusion of security that ultimately deepens financial fragility and stress. A new mindset, saving isn't punishment, it's power. To break this cycle, a fundamental shift in mindset is required. For too long, saving money has been framed as an act of deprivation, a painful process of giving things up. This perspective makes saving feel like a punishment, creating a psychological barrier that prevents many from even starting. The key is to reframe saving not as a sacrifice, but as an act of empowerment and self-care. Saving money is the process of buying future peace of mind. Every dollar set aside is a step toward reducing the very stress and anxiety that financial insecurity creates. It is not about what is being given up today, it is about what is being gained for tomorrow: stability, choice, and freedom from the constant worry of the next unexpected bill. This proactive approach transforms saving from a chore into a powerful tool for building a more secure and less stressful life. The first step you can take today: become a money detective. Your mission: gather the clues without judgment. The foundational step toward taking control of finances is to understand where the money is currently going. This is not about judgment or creating a restrictive diet. It is a simple, fact-finding mission. Financial stress is often amplified by a lack of clarity about one's own spending habits. The goal is simply to create a clear picture of the flow of money. The method for this mission should be as simple as possible to remove any barriers to starting. For 1 week, every single purchase should be recorded. This can be done in a physical notebook, the Notes app on a phone, or by reviewing the transaction history on bank and credit card statements at the end of the week. The act of manually tracking expenses has a powerful effect on its own. The process of writing down a purchase, no matter how small, forces a moment of mindfulness. This brief pause introduces a point of friction into the otherwise seamless act of spending, especially with tap-to-pay methods. This awareness alone can begin to curb impulse spending, leading to natural savings even before a formal budget is created. It is the first step in shifting from passive spending to active financial management. How to categorize your spending simply. Once a week's worth of spending data has been collected, the next step is to organize it. To avoid feeling overwhelmed, it is best to use a few broad, simple categories. This provides a clear, high-level overview without getting lost in minute details. The goal is to identify the one or two areas where most of the discretionary or mystery spending is happening. A simple and effective set of categories includes housing, rent mortgage, transportation gas, car payments, public transit, food, groceries and dining out, bills and utilities, phone, internet, electricity, personal and fun shopping, hobbies, entertainment and debt credit card payments, student loans. Sorting all transactions into these buckets will quickly reveal the primary destinations of one's income and highlight areas with the most potential for savings. Your simple spending plan, giving every dollar a job. The single most important habit, pay yourself first. The most effective strategy for building savings is to reverse the traditional approach. Instead of saving what is left after all expenses are paid, the pay yourself first method treats saving as the first and most important bill to be paid each month. This is a powerful psychological shift that prioritizes long-term financial health. By making saving a non-negotiable expense, just like rent or a mortgage, it removes the need for daily willpower. The action is simple: set up an automatic transfer from a checking account to a separate savings account. This transfer should be scheduled for the same day a paycheck is deposited. Starting small is key to building the habit. Even an automatic transfer of $20 per paycheck establishes a powerful foundation for future financial security. A simple guideline for the rest. The 50-30-0-20 rule. For those who want a clear framework to guide their spending after they have paid themselves first, the 50-30-2-30 rule is a simple and flexible guideline. It is not a rigid law, but a tool for understanding and balancing financial priorities. The rule divides after-tax income into three main categories: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Needs are essential expenses required for survival, such as housing, groceries, utilities, and transportation. Wants are non-essential items that improve quality of life, like dining out, hobbies, and entertainment. The savings category includes building an emergency fund, making extra payments on debt beyond the minimum, and investing for retirement. This framework helps diagnose where money is going and identify where adjustments can be made. The 50-30-0-2T rule and the pay yourself first method work together to create a complete system. First, one can use the 50-30-0-2T2T rule to analyze the spending patterns uncovered in the money detective phase. If spending on wants is consuming 50% of income, it becomes clear why there is no money left for the savings bucket. This analysis provides a clear target: reduce spending in the wants category to free up funds. Then, the pay yourself first method is used to automate the transfer of those newly freed funds into savings, ensuring the goal is met consistently and effortlessly. Win 1. The grocery store. The grocery bill is one of the largest flexible expenses for most households, making it a prime area for significant savings without drastic measures. The key is to focus on simple behavioral changes rather than complex couponing. The most impactful strategy is meal planning, deciding what to eat for the week before going to the store. This allows one to build a shopping list based on what is already in the pantry and what is on sale, which drastically reduces food waste and impulse buys. Always shopping with a list is critical to staying on budget. Another simple but effective tactic is choosing store brands over name brands for staple items. In many cases, the quality is identical, but the price is significantly lower due to a lack of marketing costs. Finally, cooking more meals at home is the single biggest money saver in this category, as the cost of restaurant and takeout food adds up quickly. Win T2, your monthly bills and subscriptions. Recurring monthly charges, from utilities to streaming services, can create a steady drain on a budget. The first step is to conduct a subscription audit by listing every automatic monthly payment for services like streaming platforms, apps, gym memberships, and subscription boxes. Anything that is not used regularly should be canceled immediately. For essential services like cable, internet, and cell phone plans, a powerful but often overlooked strategy is to simply call the provider and ask for a better rate. Mentioning competitor offers or inquiring about loyalty discounts can often result in a lower monthly bill. Many companies prefer to offer a discount than to lose a customer, making a 5-minute phone call a high-return investment of time. Win 03, your daily habits. Small, frequent spending leaks often cause the most damage to a budget over time because they fly under the radar. A 5 coffee or a 15 lunch may seem insignificant in the moment, but these daily habits have a powerful compounding effect. A daily 5 coffee 5 times a week adds up to over 1,300 a year, while a daily 15 lunch totals nearly 4,000 annually. Redirecting these funds towards savings can dramatically accelerate progress toward financial goals. The solution is to replace these habits with more cost-effective alternatives, such as making coffee at home and packing a lunch for work. For larger non-essential purchases, implementing a simple behavioral trick like the 24-hour rule can be highly effective. By waiting 24 hours before buying any non-essential item over a set price, such as $50, one can differentiate between a fleeting impulse, want, and a genuine need, preventing many regrettable purchases. How to have a great life for less money. Busting the myth, saving doesn't mean staying home bored. A common fear is that living on a budget means sacrificing fun, social connection, and a fulfilling life. This scarcity mindset is a major psychological hurdle, but it is based on the false premise that spending money is the only way to enjoy life. In reality, a rich and rewarding life is entirely possible on a small budget by leveraging free and low-cost community resources and shifting focus from consumption to connection and experience. Community resources are a massively underutilized financial tool. Public libraries, for instance, are not just for books. They offer free access to movies, video games, museum passes, and educational courses, which can directly replace expensive entertainment options. A free movie from the library can replace a 15-theater ticket, and a free museum pass can replace a costly family outing. This is not about finding things to do when one is broke. It is a smart, strategic way to have a fulfilling life while freeing up money for savings goals. A treasure trove of free and cheap fun. There is a vast world of entertainment and enrichment available for little to no cost. For individuals, this can include hiking local trails, listening to free podcasts, volunteering for a cause they care about, or learning a new skill from online tutorials. These activities provide fulfillment and personal growth without a price tag. For couples, simple, connection-focused activities can replace expensive dinners and outings. Picnics in the park, exploring a new neighborhood on foot, stargazing, or cooking a special meal together at home can build a relationship more effectively than costly entertainment. For families, the options are endless. Board game nights, building a fort in the living room, camping in the backyard, or attending free community events like concerts or movies in the park create lasting memories without straining the budget. Making it effortless, the secret to long-term success. The power of automation, your secret weapon. The single most critical element for long-term saving success is automation. The biggest challenge in personal finance is often the gap between knowing what to do and consistently doing it. Psychological biases, such as the preference for immediate gratification over future rewards, make it difficult to rely on willpower alone to save money month after month. Automation closes this gap. By setting up automatic transfers to a savings account, the decision to save is made only once. The system then executes that decision flawlessly every paycheck, removing emotion, forgetfulness, and temptation from the equation. This strategy effectively outsources willpower to a machine, building wealth in the background. It is the ultimate solution to the psychological barriers that cause people to struggle with saving. Your journey, progress, not perfection. The path to financial well-being is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be months when the budget is not perfect, expenses are higher than expected, or a mistake is made. This is normal and should be expected. The key to success is not perfection, but consistency. Saving a small, manageable amount every single month is far more powerful than saving a large amount once and then giving up. The goal is to build a sustainable, lifelong habit, one paycheck at a time. Each small, automated contribution is a victory that builds momentum. This journey is about making steady progress toward a more secure and peaceful financial future, forgiving the occasional misstep, and staying focused on the long-term goal. The final call to action. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The most powerful action one can take is the first one. A simple, empowering step is to open a banking app right now and set up a recurring transfer. It does not need to be a large amount. A transfer of just 20 from every paycheck to a separate savings account is a profound first move. Taking that one small step today is the beginning of buying a more peaceful and secure future.